Hey there, CPO here, and now that I have the Seicane installed, I'm just doing some sort of getting familiar with time with it before I upgrade any other components. I will do another video later, watch for it. I'm gonna talk about my overall impressions after having lived with it for a few days. I wanted to experience it for a little bit before I gave any real opinions. But this video, I'm specifically going to talk to getting the music on the device, either directly from the device itself or from your phone. And I've had a lot of questions about how that looks because people want to know, you know, how the music looks. Are you able to get artist and song info, things like that? So that's what this video is. I'm going to talk about that stuff. So obviously, right away, we do have a radio, and I'm gonna mute this real quick. We have a radio in the unit, an AM/FM radio. So by default, that is right there. What I'm gonna be adding in later is this little Sirius XM Commander Touch unit to give me XM satellite capability in this display. I don't know exactly where I'm going to mount this yet. I'll figure that out. That'll be a future video, but I'll put the link to this product in the description of the video so you can at least see what it is I'm looking at. Then the other option is getting music off of your phone. So this is an Android phone and an iPhone. So we're going to look at both of them, and I'll show you basically how they will work. All right, so the very first thing let's talk about is just standard Bluetooth streaming off of the device. Now, you can see here there's a Bluetooth menu. I do have a Samsung, that's this, paired with the device. And if I wanted to play music, let me pull up something here. Let's pull up Spotify. All right, so I have Spotify playing on here very quietly, of course, because I don't want to violate any terms of service. My Bluetooth, I will go ahead and connect to the stereo. And then the way that you want to get audio from your Bluetooth, you want to use this O3D app. And now, let me mute it again. I've got the Bluetooth streaming from my phone straight to here, and you can see there is a little bit of information. This is a Slipknot song, The Devil and I, showing right there. If I change that, Blood and Thunder by Mastodon, I'm just listening to some heavy metal channel. So you can see that the controls work. Hopefully you can see that. You can't hear it. If I fast forward, I can fast forward. It's making those changes on the device itself. If I go back to the home screen, it's all going to depend on your launcher. On this particular launcher, I can see that I'm connected by Bluetooth audio. I have some basic controls, but this launcher, the default one, doesn't show any information. I would want to jump to that O3D app to see the details. And that's going to vary from launcher to launcher, of course. But that's basically simple functionality of how you would get music from your device to the Seicane. So that's a streaming app. If I wanted to go in and just play a locally installed song, I can go in. As soon as I swap, now I'm playing something new off of Google Play Music. That's reflected there. So that is the essential streaming to your device. Now you could do that with an Android or an iPhone. You're just streaming O3D, which is the protocol for streaming Bluetooth audio. Now, on top of that, you do have an Android tablet essentially here. So there's nothing to prevent you, which is probably what a lot of people are going to do, from installing a Spotify or a music streaming app on the device itself. The downside of that is you need to have constant connectivity, Wi-Fi connectivity to something, either a mobile hotspot or have in a a cellular network dongle or something like that. So you could do that. You could stream it, basically use your device as a hotspot, and then use the app on the display, which will give you a more featured look, right? The difference between using Spotify on the device and Spotify as a stream is you get all this extra information, album art, and all that stuff. Now there is a way to get that onto here, and you can do that with the mirror link capability. You could actually view anything with mirror link. So let me show you mirror link. If you come in here, there is an app called Easy Connector. And the way Easy Connector works is you can connect Android USB. Hang on, I want to look at this. Android USB, Android Wi-Fi, or iPhone Wi-Fi, and you can connect and mirror your display to any one of these. So for example, this is the USB cable that is plugged into my console, which is connected to that. If I connect my phone to USB, what it's going to do is double check and make sure that it can find it. It did. And now I am basically goes into drive mode. I'm basically mirroring my display onto here, but not just mirroring the display, I have full control of the display. So it basically replicates whatever's on my phone as even a touch device. So that's kind of cool. But the awesome thing about this, I'm not just limited to now music. This is actually notifications from my phone. So you can see I have all kinds of things happening here. Don't worry about that. So if I want to, I can do it from here. Let's say, what's a safe one to do? If I want to switch to Google Play Music, I'm still literally controlling my phone, and the stereo's muted because I don't want the background music. I'm literally controlling my phone from my tablet. Anyway, so, but any other app, and as you can see, whatever's on your home screen will mirror to the device. The downside of this is you have to always keep it in landscape mode, because if you go to portrait, it looks kind of funny. So when you set your phone up here, you're kind of, and then things that don't rotate obviously aren't going to rotate. Whoops. So when you put your phone in a cradle, you want to put it like this so that things match. Let me go to YouTube. YouTube's a good example. Hey, there's one of my videos. We'll play that. If I rotate this and I wanted to leave this playing, then, you know, I have to keep it like this. All right, so the other way you can connect is through Wi-Fi. So now I am not connected hardline at all, and I'm gonna go ahead and enable my mobile hotspot so that my Seicane will connect directly to this through a Wi-Fi direct connection. And once I've got that connection in place, I can choose the Wi-Fi method. Now it gives you an option of your hotspots. Basically what it's doing is searching for available Wi-Fi networks. And the first time that you connect, you're gonna want to plug in your cable. And it's going to start the connection service, and then it will tell you you can remove your cable. My phone automatically goes into driving mode. So now I can remove the cable, and I am now streaming through Wi-Fi. But let's go back to that YouTube. Oop. But you can see it works exactly the same. Let me mute that. It works exactly the same, but that is a way to get music, video, or other content straight onto this device. So that's pretty cool. Last thing, let's look at it from the iPhone perspective. By the way, if you lock your screen, or if it goes off, automatically, if it locks, your whole display is going to do the same thing. That's kind of the sneaky thing, but you have full control. It's kind of interesting. Swipe screen to unlock. I can even unlock it from there, which is, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. All right, now iPhone Wi-Fi, you need to set up a mobile hotspot here. Unfortunately, on this device, I don't have mobile hotspot availability, so I can't do it. My FBI surveillance plane is actually this phone, so if I want to change that to another hotspot, but I don't have one to give it right now, so I can't really demonstrate this for you. I'm hoping it's exactly the same. It seems like it is. It's a pretty standard protocol. So you would do the same exact steps, except you would be able to have control of your iPhone. A lot of cool stuff still yet to learn, but this does have some amazing capability, including, I have a default YouTube app on here, so not even streaming, and boom, there we go. I have full access. This is a tablet system, so that's pretty cool. All right, so there is one other thing I wanted to talk about, and that is accessing your files directly off of the device. I'm plugging in once again into the console USB, which will give me a connection, as you can see here, to my phone, which means I can also view those files. So these are files that are on my phone. Let me allow that connection. Sometimes you have to give permissions. There, now that I gave permissions, I have a lot more data. If I wanted to play some music or videos or anything like that, browse pictures, that's kind of cool actually. So I can even go in and view my my camera roll and check out photos. So that's kind of cool. But let's get to some music. Where do I have some music on here? All right, so in here I happen to have in my music folder, I have some files that aren't playable by default, I don't believe. Yeah, these are odd files, or Vorbis or something like that. But my Music Mate has pretty standard file convention. So you can see here, these are things that have been backed up from my Google Play offline. So if I want to play some Drake, I could come in here and play that. So this is another way I could just play music straight from the device. So once I start this playing, I can even leave and go back to my home screen, and as you can tell, that music's going to continue to play. There are some other music player options on here that you could use. I better turn that down. Anyway, so I just want to make sure you knew that there was an option to literally just browse your file system, and you can install other file browsers. I'm using Total Commander as a browser as well. But anyway, that's another way to get to your music from your phone. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.